I'd like to spend a few minutes talking to you about why relationships are more important than money in a workplace context. Think about why you come to work. Think about why the people who work with you or for you come to work. Do they do it to get paid? Absolutely they do. I don't think any of us would be fronting up to the workplace as much as we love our jobs if we weren't getting paid. We need to get paid. We need to live our lives. We need to pay our rent or our mortgage. We need to put fuel in our motor vehicle. We need to put our children through school. We need to have enough to eat. These are pretty basic needs, and certainly employment satisfies those. But here's the mistake that many employers and leaders make in a business context. They think that because money is a primary driver for us to live, it's also the best motivator for productivity, for accuracy, and for longevity in the workplace. And it just isn't. To put it another way, I was reading an article in Forbes this week which suggested that when you look at the wage or the salary employees get paid, that's the equivalent to the bottom tier of Maslow's hierarchy of needs. And I'm sure you're familiar with that, which is Maslow's hierarchy of needs suggests that human beings need food, shelter, the basic need to be satisfied first, but then they pretty quickly move up their rungs looking for, ultimately, self-actualization. Like a workplace is no different, as Forbes said. So yes, money is that's our bottom rung of Maslow's hierarchy of needs. When we come to work, we have to get paid, but it's not what keeps us there. It's not what self-actualizes us. Let me give you another example. I worked in banking and finance for a long time, and in the world of banking and finance, many people are remunerated on a short-term basis by bonuses, and these could be annual bonuses or half-yearly bonuses. I can tell you from personal experience, they're not a strong motivator. Yes, people love getting a bonus for doing a year of good work, but do you think in the month of September, I'm motivated in the moment by what bonus I might get paid in June the next year? I can promise you no one is. So it really fails as a motivator of behaviour. It doesn't help me deal with the stresses I'm confronting right now in the workplace. All right, so that begs the question, what does help with that? And it's very simple. It's communication between leaders and teams. That's all it is. Communication between leaders and teams. I can't tell you the number of businesses I've walked into and asked a team member, when was the last time your frontline leader sat down with you on an informal basis to discuss how you're going? And the answer's been, can't remember it ever happening. Or I'll talk to leaders and say, why is this something that you don't do? And they'll say, well, they know what they have to do. Their job's quite simple. They don't need me patting them on the back or giving them feedback every couple of days. Here's an unpopular opinion maybe. That's wrong. If getting the best out of a team member or an employee is the motivator for an employer, for a leader, then yes, absolutely, investing time in communication is what will motivate every team member. Now, when I say motivate, by either giving really positive reinforcement of the behaviour that's occurring or corrective feedback if the behaviour needs to change, it will ensure the employee understands A, what's expected of them, B, that their leader cares enough to want them to perform at a good level. Trust me, in terms of how am I feeling right now, am I likely to stay in this organisation? That is a far greater motivator than cash. Now, of course, if someone were to receive a 20% pay increase, they're going to be pretty happy with that too. But you'd be surprised how quickly the feel-good vibe from that pay increase dissipates as the day-to-day grind of work returns. So there you have it. Relationships, more important than money.